It is what it is.
And hey, welcome to our first annual San Diego Comic-Con exclusive thing.
Nope. Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Two Fat Guys of the Movies. We are doing our traditional, we're back in the studio. Our traditional video format. So Mr. J, what did we go see?
Nope.
Oh, come on. No, what did we go see?
Nope.
What, you don't want to tell?
Dude, the name of the movie is Nope.
Yeah, we saw this movie, Nope.
Yep.
Nope.
Oh, hold on. You want me to do it?
Yeah, hold on. Nope. Yeah, we went and saw this movie, Nope. God, do you remember who the director was?
Jordan Peele.
Jordan Peele. He's done three movies. This is his third film.
I've heard actually good things about his movie. I do have Get Out. My oldest niece had bought the movie and gave me the digital code. I thought about watching it today, but I didn't. And I know about Us, and I know all about those movies. And I've heard good things about his movies, and this one was just
Nope.
It was good, and I think the only complaint I think we both have, because we were talking about it on the way to the vehicle, was the fact that let's face it, spoiler alerts, there's a space vagina in it.
Yes.
That's why I'm calling it. It's trademarked now, so you can't use it.
Yep. Check out the shop, guys, for new merch.
Shirts will be available. But yeah, there was no real no kind of reason given for why it was there. Clearly it was after these people because they pissed them off with a fake horse, and it somehow got up there and junked up its space vagina thing, and it's like, yeah, nope, we're not doing this. I'm coming after you motherfuckers now.
Yeah. So yeah, if you obviously these are spoilers, so we're gonna. The trailer, I remember every time the trailer played in the theaters, what did I always say? Nope, I'm not seeing this. Nope. Because I didn't know what it was. It just didn't do anything.
Here's the funny thing, though. When you see the trailers, there's a lot, and this is one of those trailers that, when they brought out the second one where you actually saw what you think is a spacecraft.
I thought it was a saucer.
But it's weird because once I saw that, I was like, oh, it's another one of those another alien movie where the aliens are coming to get us, and it actually wasn't even close to that.
Yeah,
But I want to say this, that trailer, even after the ones before, it was so much misdirection in that trailer. You kept thinking you see the part where there's a person sitting in the grandstand where a veil goes up and you see a mouth and ooh, that's one of the creatures.
Yeah.
And then you see the person on the motorcycle with the chromed helmet. They go, oh, that's someone with them, alien or whatever, too.
Nope. No, this movie had a lot of misdirection for the trailer and even the movie itself. It's about the first family of African Americans that were in the movie industry. The horse trainers. They were
you'll see it in the.
It's in the trailer.
It's in the trailers, right? Well, we got skin in the game.
Yeah, it's it's one of those things where I was watching this, I'm like, okay, it's an alien movie, okay? Because the very first half of the movie, because they do show a glimpse of what it is, and it looks like a spaceship at first, and I'm not sure what point of the movie, but at one point the main character, OJ, basically
Otis Jr.
Well, yeah. He realized that it wasn't a UFO, that it was a predator. It was a creature, and I guess honestly,
a space vagina.
A space vagina. I'd have to watch this. Honestly, have to watch this again to catch that moment when he realized it, or maybe he just I don't know. He just straight up was like, it's not a UFO. And just don't look at it, and we're like, what? And then the more they showed it, I started, wait a minute, it's basically, think of Tremors, but in the clouds.
Yeah,
because it's like a bird, and then the ending of this movie.
That's a big WTF moment. I'm not gonna lie.
There was a couple times I threw my arms up, and I was like, what? Because at one point, it unfolded itself like an origami figure. And became became a Pokemon.
To me, it looked like
oh my god, that's what that was. What's that one legendary Pokemon? The blue one. It's on the cover.
Are you talking about Lugia?
No, not Lugia. No, it's like one of the newest ones.
Oh.
I don't know. But yeah, basically, maybe I'll go home and I'll find a picture of it. But yeah, it's basically, that's what this was. It was a Pokemon that just sucks up everything and eats it. And it just turned into like this origami thing, and then it opened its mouth up. It would like open his mouth up like a tunnel, and it would just like it looked like cloth. It didn't look like skin. It looked like cloth.
To me, when it was like kind of, I don't know, evolving or whatever, or taking its final form, if you will.
It's a Pokemon.
To me, it looked like it was more or less like a parachute type thing.
Yeah, yeah, like it turned, like what I mean, like the material that they felt like it looked like, I would say like it was like a parachute, like a giant like just origami parachute, and then it would shoot out like these little green I don't know, like what am I thinking?
I would say it almost like it was a mouth, but it was like, it's weird because it kept like, you know, bursting out like it was like trying to intimidate. Well,
like a peacock.
Yes, it's
like a peacock
strutting its stuff. It's like, hey,
or trying to imitate or try to look bigger than it was, because I was like, did this thing just like digivolve into some fucking thing? And then near the end, it just kind of folded itself right back up into like the little saucer form, and I was like,
and then it blew up after it ate the inflatable man.
We both were like fucking egg, dude.
Yeah, we laughed at that. We laughed at that part. What the hell did the other part that we laugh at?
I don't remember. I don't remember them talking about running to the well and taking a picture, unless she got that idea at the last second.
It's just one of those things where it makes sense, because like there's a lot of movies have that thing where like they'll show something, you think like, oh, in the beginning of the movie, like, oh, that's inconsequential. And all of a sudden, like, once you photobombed those kids.
Yeah, that's how they graphed it. Yeah,
it's one of those things, and all of a sudden you come back to like, oh, clever.
Yeah, because like there's this filmmaker who takes pictures. It was the Symphony and Roy reference.
Yeah.
They threw in there. They're like, yeah, they were talking about this is a beast. But basically, at first they were like, hey, we need you to come to our farm and get that shot, and he was like, nope. and then
you heard a news report about like the 40 people disappearing,
disappeared
from some kind of little
rinky-dink town, and
but it was like,
and so he called them up and then showed up, and he had an old style not old style, but a modernized version of the old style video camera that was a reel, so it didn't use any, because for whatever reason, this thing, when it got close, created an electromagnetic field that shut down everything. It was basically, it would create an electromagnetic field, and anything that was electric, cell phones, batteries, anything that used electricity would just shut down. And essentially it ended up like that. The guy decided that he was gonna get the money shot of getting sucked into the thing. Yeah, you just expect, maybe he was hoping he'd get sucked in and then it would spit the camera out and then the camera foot. And then I was surprised because there's this the IT tech guy from Fry's. Angel. Shout out to Fry's Electronics. This guy showed up and was like installed the cameras. Then he just kept showing up and then he like tied the barbed wire around himself and he got sucked in. And then when he fell, I was expecting to see like half his body. He got ripped in half by the barbed wire.
I was expecting like a head to start rolling, but no.
He survived it somehow, or the barbed wire probably poked it and it spit him back out.
I did like it when it had its period though, and it bled all over the house.
Jesus Christ, yeah. Because like it was weird because like, okay, so they had this subplot in the movie.
Oh yes, Gordy, the chimpanzee who went apeshit.
Yeah, and that was weird because the movie started off with that, so I thought it was gonna have some significance to the movie, but it really didn't. Like, you could have cut all that out. The only thing it really did, I guess, was, it was the only really blood that was in this movie, other than like when the giant space vagina dropped. Like, it basically came in and ate the town, or ate the little carnival, sucked up everybody, and then just went to the house and just like regurgitated it all back out. Yeah,
spit all the loose change,
the change and everything got kicked out. And well, basically, the Gordy thing is like, okay, so the kid was a child actor, and it was what's his name? The actor who played Glenn.
Something, but yeah.
The actor who played Walking Dead, he played Glenn is buying horses from OJ because OJ is not, I don't know, like.
I think at the time though he didn't know what he was using for until he all of a sudden sees the flyer again later in the movie. He's like, oh wait a minute, I know what he's supposed to. So he goes.
Yeah, so he's going to go back and get Lucky because Lucky was the horse. But yeah, basically what ended up happening was 6 months ago, and I'm assuming that was the same time the dad got smacked in the face with, it was a coin. That smacked, it was a coin. It was a nickel.
Went straight through the eye and into the brain.
Like a coin, like basically knocked him down and killed him. Well, he didn't die initially. He died in the hospital. But it just showed up and like took whatever it was that it took from him, and then he just kind of like was having or he decided, or like at first I got the opinion that
he was trying to bait the thing to come back so he could have a show, you know.
So I wonder how many times he did the show, or he just was practicing.
I think that was the first time because I think he was just, you know, that's what he's getting the horses for, to let them out to see it, watch them get sucked up. He's like, okay, I can
trying to figure out the timing,
trying to make a dime off of it.
Yeah, he was trying to figure out like the best like in order to figure out when it showed up.
Yeah, he said 6:13 the show was gonna happen, and it happened early.
Yeah, well, yeah, because it got pissed off because of, you know, events that happened. And I mean, it's a very isolated movie. It takes place mostly on a farm with a couple shots here in town and stuff like that. The acting for this was subpar. I mean, I wasn't bored. My only complaint, and then there was a couple of jump scares, and the second best part was when I guess the guy's kids or somebody's kids were messing around with him, and like they had like these little like alien suits on. I was like, oh, they're gonna show at first I was like, oh shit, are they showing it? Because at that point I still thought this was an alien ship, or it was like aliens or something. And I was just like, when he turned around and punched the alien in the face, I was like, all right, you know, we're going there. And then it turned out just to be a bunch of kids wearing costumes, messing with him and stuff like that. And
because the sister stole a fake horse.
Stole a fake horse, which came back to bite him in the butt. You know,
or smashed through the windshield.
Smashed through the windshield at one point. I don't know, guy. I don't know. This movie,
let's put it this way,
it's an artistic movie. I'll put it that way.
I will flat out tell you that it's not a sci-fi movie, but nor is it or as far as I'm concerned, it's not sci-fi, but nor is it like a horror movie. But yeah, still it was enjoyable.
Yeah, I mean, they did this. They came up with a whole plan to lure it out so they could catch footage of it, so that they at one point, they were gonna sell the footage.
Yeah, the brother and sister. That's what they want to do, to get pictures or on film.
Get it on film,
so they can make some money to get the business going again, or
I think it was a combination of we will make some money off of this, but at the same time we'll be able to get this out there and say, hey, there's this thing out here. We have proof. So then that would bring in probably the military, the government would come in and they'd be like, what is this? Or the government would come in, and that's what I thought too when the guy showed up with the bike. I was like, oh crap, maybe it's like the government. But then I was like, why would they just send one guy? I was like, it was a paparazzi guy, which was hilarious. He's like, did you get the shot? Oh, he gets sucked up.
Where's my camera? I need my camera.
Yeah, and then and she was taking several pictures. When they sent the balloon, she sent the balloon up trying to get it to lure it in because apparently it was attracted to the eyes, I guess.
Yeah, basically, if you were staring at it, it would
come at you and eat you or whatever, or suck you up. There was one kind of gruesome. I wouldn't say it was gruesome, but it was kind of disturbing, and that was when I realized this thing is like a creature. This is weird. Like, what is going on here?
I told you, I called it earlier in the fucking movie.
He did. He actually did in the first 5 minutes before the movie started. He says space vagina, and I was like, what? Why would it be a space vagina? It's a fucking spaceship. But yeah, and it showed him getting sucked in, and the one girl, I don't know if it was the girl that had the reason why the girl with the face was messed up was you said, the monkey
killed, actually,
or not a monkey, sorry, the chimpanzee. And that what threw me off about that whole sequence scene was that how long did it take for the police or someone to get there to stop it? Because it looked like the obviously the Glenn character, or Glenn, I'm just gonna call him Glenn. The young version of him was hiding under a table or something while he was watching, and I don't know if I'm assuming the little girl.
She must have been attacked.
She must have been the one that had the.
Yeah, because
she was the one with the face messed up that we saw, that we thought was the aliens or whatever from the trailer.
The
mother was murdered, was dead.
Basically, I don't know if the chimp was eating her or just like slamming so hard?
Well,
on
no,
her chest?
no. The earth season was like he was eating them, and I was like, well, this is weird. What's going on here? And I was thinking, oh, maybe it's like some kind of it's tied to the aliens.
Because basically, the premise of like the show was that it was this chimp's birthday, and the balloons started going up in like the studio.
They hit the ceiling in the
and
studio, and they popped.
started popping. So the chimp freaks out and attacked the woman.
But like,
and then like the guy who played that was supposed to be like the dad came down the stairs trying to get away from him, and the chimp chased him.
Well, the thing was, like, the way they showed it, it was like they were all there or whatever. And I don't know, was it a live audience? Or...
It was, but maybe you see that that's one of those things where I'm trying to figure out what's going on, because it looked like there was actually people, like, slumped over in the chairs, but I don't know.
Yeah, that's why I was confused, because you had the woman on the ground, and he would go, the chimp would go over and start, like, hitting it down. And then, like you said, it looked like it was started biting into her or eating her. And then the other guy, the dad, out, and he was like, or trying to escape. He was like, no, and he tried to run. And then it looked like, and then it showed him getting like pummeled by the chimp. And the thing is, this chimp was huge. Well, so I'm like, why would they have such a huge chimp on set?
You could tell it's CGI because it was.
Well, obviously it was like Planet of the Apes kind of CG. But I mean, like, why was this ape so large? And why wasn't there like an animal handler on the set? I mean, it was like 1998 is when they said this happened.
Is that what those numbers on the screen meant?
Yeah, I know what I'm saying. And so I was like, so even I know it was 1998 and all that. But I'm like, there would be an animal handler on set for the chimp. And like, why was the chimp so damn big? First of all, would you use such a grown chimp that's that strong? Use a younger chimp or whatever. I don't know. I don't know how. I guess
plot.
Yeah, that's the thing too. It's just like plot, and it's like the audience looked like it was cleared out, and then like they did the chimp was all like, it looked like the chimp snapped from his senses or whatever, and came up to him and was like giving him like the fist bump or whatever, say hey, it's okay, and then he got like sniped, or I'm assuming he got sniped by the SWAT team or whatever, sniped the monkey, and the chimp, and that was it. And I felt like all that was just to give some kind of backstory to Glenn's character, who ends up getting sucked up and eaten anyways, mid-part through the movie.
Yeah, his wife and kids.
I'm assuming that was his wife and kids, yeah. And just all got sucked up with all the audience people that were released, and the staff and everything, and that was it. So it was like, I don't know if that was to make me care more about that character. I thought maybe they were setting him up to be kind of like a villain or something, but not really. It probably could have got cut, and it wouldn't have made it any different, honestly. But like my biggest complaint, or like kind of nitpick, was that they show what it is. It's like it's a mythic Pokemon, pops out of nowhere that shoots out green, like and they get a shot. They finally get a shot of it. Like she's getting like several shots trying to get it, and the end the cops show up.
No,
people show up.
But it was media.
Media shows up and like it kind of looked like OJ and Lucky had gotten sucked up, but then
the dust settles and you see his orange hoodie.
Or she was hallucinating it, because you could argue that too. She was hallucinating it. But yeah, she sees them, and then it shows that they did.
Remember, it actually chased her.
Oh, was it chasing her?
Yeah, because that's how it.
Oh, I thought he was trying to lure it away.
He was, but then she,
Oh, it started chasing her.
The whole thing.
Yeah.
And she did this, and so yeah, no, she.
Okay. So eventually, I thought it sucked him up and then started chasing her, but. She got the photo of it and everything, and I knew the movie was about to end at that point, but I was expecting like how Godzilla King of the Monsters was it King of the Monsters? Yeah, where they did this whole like at the end credits, it started doing like a newspaper article thing. Like I was expecting them to do some kind of newspaper article, like big family discover space creature, a sky creature, or saying scientists discover the remains on the hilltop, and like something to kind of give us like kind of a closure of like what it was. Now, whether or not is this sequel worthy?
I don't think
so.
That would I'm not gonna lie, if you do a sequel to it, that would
because like what could because like it would be silly, because like what would the sequel be like? It'd be like, not that Aliens is a bad movie, but it's like you do Alien, you have one monster, and you don't know anything about the monster or what it really, you don't really understand why it's doing what it's doing. And then you do Aliens, where there's a whole bunch more monsters, and you kind of dive more into what it is.
I guess I don't know. I'm going to say, like, would it lessen the impact or whatever of the first of this one if they were trying to do a sequel? Like, if we're going to expand on, you know, whatever, or if you wanted, they probably, you know, if you really wanted to, you could probably do like a sequel, like how this thing came in, like, you know.
Yeah, that's like, I mean, I just have the question of like, what is it? Because now I'm gonna start looking at them clouds. I see that cloud staying in the same spot. I'm gonna be, nope. Yeah, that's, I mean, yeah, this movie is a cluster of emotions. It's a good movie, but at the same time, it left me wanting more. Because I like to know.
Maybe that was his plan.
Right? I like to know what it is. Like, that's like.
I already told you what it is.
I know it's a space vagina.
That's right.
Like, why is there a giant space vagina in the sky?
Because there's no space dicks out there, I guess. I don't know.
There is. You ever seen Austin Powers 4? You remember that, right?
Wait, Austin Powers was only 3 movies.
Oh, okay. Austin Powers 3, whatever. But anyways, we know it's one of that's Johnson, you know.
Yeah.
That joke. Yeah, I got nothing more really.
I'll give it like a 4 out of 5. You know.
Yeah.
It was interesting.
It was very interesting. I mean,
but again, sometimes they're trying to. The fuck is going on?
Honestly, like up to the point where like it appeared and shit, and it was like fully showing what it was. I was like, it was at that point it was a 5 out of 5. Even when it got like to the climax and she got the picture and people showed up, I was like, this is a 5 out of 5, and then it just dropped to a 4 for me when they didn't pulled my phone out. I was like after credit or mid credit scene. Nope. So I was like, I got disappointed at that point, and I was like, okay, I mean, yeah, it's a 4 out of 5. Music was on par. Had a couple jump scares, you know.
It's just one of those things where, I mean,
had a couple funny. It was funny, and it wasn't like, it was very funny at certain points.
I also want to say that not every movie needs to have mid-credit or end-credit scene to do anything. I mean, let's be honest. That's what people expect nowadays.
It wasn't even like I wasn't like expecting like a mid-credit scene. I was expecting more of like the original Night of the Living Dead. Like, you know, you don't talk about like the movie ends and the credits are showing, but they kind of show you news clippings. Or like kind of like not really necessarily saying it's an after credit scene. It's like an info log of like, this is what it was. The government's looking into it. People are like, oh my god, space creatures are in the sky, beast monsters. You know, maybe just showing like an interview with her. You know, where she's like, kind of like the Transformers, where they interview the parents and they just cut. They say, oh, the government would lie to us, and they cut away. We're just like, yeah, right. Kind of something like that, kind of to wrap it up, to give us like, oh, so we don't know what it is, but they're gonna find out, and then I'd be like, okay. Or I was like, oh, it was some kind of space monster that ended up in our atmosphere.
Or we, left and also found out there was like a freaking end credit.
Probably.
Son of a bitch.
God damn it. Or it was a government experiment that gone wrong.
Or it was a weather balloon.
Yeah, it was a weather balloon.
That gained sentience.
Which, right, all those weather balloons we talk about. Which, honestly, it did kind of look like a weather balloon at one point. Especially when it became, when it digivolved into its ultimate form. But, yeah, 4 out of 5. Good movie. Liked it. Outlaw. Oh, never mind.
We were disturbed by a phone call, but I quickly just hung up on him.
There was a phone call?
Well, I had a phone call. My watch.
Oh, just now?
Oh, no.
Oh, in the theater? Oh.
Yeah, no, yeah. You probably didn't hear it going off, but I just hit the button.
No, I didn't hear anything. I was too immersed. So anyway, yeah, guys,
we got plans. We gotta go.
Let us know in the comments down below what you think, and thank you guys for watching. And what are we seeing next week?
I don't know. Maybe we'll go see something about pigs that can shrink and grow big.
No, maybe we'll see a Kevin Smith movie, I don't know, or Rock movie. One of the two. We'll see. Thank you guys so much for watching. Be sure to like, subscribe, comments, descriptions, all in the thing. Mr. J wants money.
Damn straight.
And watch out for clouds.
Yeah. And also watch out for clowns, because clowns are just creepy anyways. As if they do the movie, but just watch out for clowns.
Watch out for clowns, because they can live in the sewer. But watch out for sewers and clouds.
And also clowns.
And clouds.